When I was about 6 to 8 years old, my mother was struggling. My mother had a hard time feeding us. It was just my little sister and I. When I was with my little sister, we had to decide. I remember an instance when she had to decide whether or not to give me something to eat or her milk. She obviously decided to give my little sister milk. My little sister was about 1.5 or 1 year old when this happened. I believe too many people go hungry, and too many people don't know what to do about the fact that they're going hungry. According to Feeding America, which is a website that does just that, it tries to feed America. It also accepts donations. 1 in 6 people go hungry. And this was last updated in November 2014. Today, hunger not only affects the world, it affects the U.S. and Florida as well. And what are you capable of doing? I think we believe the stereotype that only Africa or like the continent of Africa is the only one that suffers from this. But we need to realize that the person next to you, your neighbor, or somebody really close to you can be or is suffering from hunger. I think we see that the media put all the things towards Africa. Africa this, Africa that. And I'm not telling you, okay, Africa is the greatest place and then they don't go hungry at all, but they do. But it's just not the only place. And we have to focus on other places as well. The continent of Asia and the Pacific has the largest number of hungry. This is probably because they have a big population. So what are the effects of undernourishment? Undernourishment affects and gives people the chance of being sick. It also affects their growth. This is usually called stunted growth. It could also affect them mentally and physically. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, despite progress overall, several places, including sub-Saharan Africa, 1 in 4 people go hungry or suffer from chronic undernourishment. As with the rest of the population, also goes with Asia, and 526 million people go hungry. This was last accessed November 2014. I think we need to realize that it's not only in Africa and that it could go anywhere else. So today I'm also going to be talking about how the U.S. helps their people. They usually don't have the resources to feed themselves. This could be food stamps. Tennessee and 6 other states are implementing drug testing. Now I believe drug testing is great. It allows people who need the money and need to find a way to feed themselves to be able to have it. I know during the time we see the food stamps are being maybe used for reasons that shouldn't be used at all. And according to the Huffington Post official website, Florida made this leap. It tried to do it in 2011. And this was last updated in November 2014. Considering that it was unconstitutional, the Governor Rick Scott, the people decided that it was unconstitutional, so they decided, okay, this is not going to work. You have to take it out. So we see that all the other states are now implementing it, and they're changing it, they're fixing it, they're trying to make it so it is constitutional, because I'm not for anything to be unconstitutional. That's why we have a constitution. Another thing would be the food stamps. Food stamps allow little kids to have lunch. It can either be reduced, or it can also be free as well. We also need to show kids good habits. I know during lunch we have a lot of things that we have different options, and maybe they're not as healthy. But we need to realize that the kids, if they're eating unhealthy at home, then what are the options when they get to school? Are they also going to eat unhealthy there? So statistics show that according to Feeding America, 1 in 6 go hungry. This is determined here in Florida. I know my story, a lot of people would think, okay, well, maybe I don't know someone. Well, you do know. And I know that a lot of you can do much more. So what are you capable of doing? A lot of things can happen. You could volunteer, you could donate, you could do anything in your community. I know Thanksgiving is coming around the corner, and my little sister's school, they also decided to do a food drive for about 20 families that are going hungry actually in the school. and then they are helping them, and they're giving them either gift cards and food and all the cans goods that they need for not only the dinner, because a lot of people just do dinner. We're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So they're not gonna go hungry throughout the whole day, and then they also have a little money if they decide to use that as well. Now, another place that I go a lot to is the food banks, especially Second Harvest Food Bank. A lot of times we see that there are a lot of people that we try, okay, we need more people, we have the food, but we don't have people to come and pack it and put it in crates and send them off to the places that they're needed. So we need to realize that it's not only the food, it's being able to help, being able to understand, okay, these people need our help, then that's what we're going to do. So I know there's a lot of minds here. There's a lot of creativity. And I'm not the only one that sees that this is a problem and that you're capable of doing much more.